Fish Medication Part 1. This is the first video in a series discussing disease-mitigating medication for reef fish. Why medicate commercial fish-only systems? Do not fish have a complex immune system and a resistance to everyday parasites? The answer to the second question is yes. Fish are accustomed to, and have some lasting acquired immunity, to most of the strains and species of pathogen they have encountered. It is not in a disease-causing agent's interests to kill its host. That way, the pathogen dies too. Hence many etiological agents have evolved with the host to become less pathogenic. The following example refers to a Cryptocaryon irritans-like marine white spot infection. In the wild, fish in nightly torpors may be unlucky enough to be infected by hatchling parasites emerging from cysts on nearby substratum. They are thus exposed to perhaps 5 infective parasites that are somewhat invasive, burrowing under the skin. Once they have fed and matured, many such parasites metamorphose and leave the fish, developing into substrate-associated proliferative cysts. Their presence in tissues was recognized by the immune system, therefore the fish acquires lasting protective immunity. Parasites often leave the fish during the day and the infective hatch near daybreak. Fish are unlikely to be reinfected the following dawn because they rest in other parts of the reef or distal to where the parasites encysted. As marine aquarists, we have been encouraged to use natural processes to filter and sustain our reefs, attempting to create standalone ecosystems. Such ideals inspire warm, fuzzy feelings of well-being. However, reefs have a finite capacity to process. Detritus and aquarium systems are not commercial export or retail fish-only systems. Harsh chemicals must be avoided in reefs, and many aquarists have cherished beliefs that ultraviolet sterilization and immunostimulation are sufficient for fish to recover in commercial environments. Hobbyists also understand that copper and formalin are disastrous for reefs and must never be used. The author has met a vast number of reef enthusiasts, and they invariably believe that retailers can run commercial fish-only systems without medication. They think this because many retailers understand the common misconception and tell customers what they want to hear. The author has even had customers who have bought copper test kits to test retailers' water to support their conviction. Over-the-counter copper test kits do not measure the nominal concentrations that exporters and responsible retailers use. Only Merck test kits that cost above £150 are sensitive enough to test and regulate such concentrations. All major suppliers of commercial ornamental tropical marine equipment sell such test kits and copper and formalin-based remedies. If no one was using them, why keep them in stock? No proprietor with any business acumen would buy such an expensive test kit if it was not entirely necessary. All that aside, the challenges commercial aquarists encounter occur once we begin to capture fish from all over the world and house them in a closed recirculating system. They are carrying disease from their region to which they are somewhat resistant. However, fish from elsewhere have not encountered such strains or species. Furthermore, virulent strains develop and occur each year in late spring, early summer. Lethal strains of marine white spot can wipe out an entire unmedicated fish-only system within a couple of weeks, and parasites lay 3,300 eggs over 17 days. There is also a belief even within the scientific community that marine fish do not carry pathogens. All holobionts include microorganisms that can cause disease in the right place and circumstance. Fish carry Amyludinium ocellatum, Mycobacterium marinum, Photobacterium damsela subspecies damsela, lymphocystis virus, ranavirus, and channel catfish virus. Many are infected with nematodes, gill flukes, and L3 and L4 larval tapeworms. Some fish arrive from abroad with infective lesions merely at the gill. It takes one fish with around 5 Cryptocaryon cysts to infect an entire several hundred-gallon system within 36 hours. Why not keep new fish in quarantine? With the fuel crisis, it costs megabucks to sustain one fish-only system. Double the cost and add another £10,000 to double the livestock, and you have a bankruptcy. Furthermore, the aquarist has to maintain medication in quarantine, meaning twice as many tests and twice as many test kits. The environment of an export or retail recirculating system is pathogen paradise. There is a glut of hosts in convenient glass boxes to complete their entire life cycle and reinfect a nearby host. Using Cryptocaryon as the example, multiple unsynchronized life cycles occur simultaneously, resulting in compound infections and mitigations. Marine fish internal salinity is balanced to 0.9%, whereas the water is 3.5%. Water moves outward via osmosis, desiccating saltwater fish. Skin is an essential barrier to maintain distinct internal and external environments. Parasites perforate skin like a sieve. Fish homeostasis can only do so much, and fish die from multiple organ failure. The chapter Diseases of Fish, in the complete Reef Aquarist, is the most comprehensive of its kind and is perhaps the largest chapter to ever grace a volume. Biota from every kingdom infects fish, many of which remain hitherto unexplored in hobbyists' literature. Operating a fish-only system unmedicated is analogous to running a hospital without soap, wash basins, and hand sanitizer. It is irresponsible and jeopardizes the fish, the proprietor's livelihood, and the customer's reefs. Please support retailers that are getting this right. They are those unlikely to accept livestock returns. Part 2 explores safe ways of introducing and maintaining a suppressing concentration of chemotherapeutic that eradicates most diseases. For further guidance, see the Reef Ranch video, Neobenedinia melani, the scourge of the ornamental tropical marine fish industry, and consult the complete Reef Aquarist available from summer 2023.